Back in the car again. Happy Thursday. We are at Thursday today. I just took Samaya to her nail appointment, so I dropped her off, and then I had to run to my friend's parents' house. Me and my friend go grocery shopping together every now and again, and I seem to always leave something in her car. A lot of the time it's just because we get all of our bags and we try to separate them as best we can, but there always seems to be like something that seems to get left. So I left some stuff in her car. I actually stopped and met her at the charging stations in the parking lot to get my bag of canned stuff and like some jellies and some jar stuff. But the things that needed to be refrigerated, she left them at her parents' house so that obviously they would be cold, as she thought she was going to have a chance to bring them to me. So she ended up just leaving them there. Her parents actually live in the city that I live in, and she lives a couple cities over. So I was able to just swing by her parents' house and chat with them for a few minutes and then pick up my other groceries. And so now I am just sitting at the Starbucks. I'm gonna go inside in a minute, but I am currently having another Dutch Bros. Samaya treated us this morning before her appointment, and I don't want to walk in Starbucks with a Dutch Bros coffee. So I'm gonna sit in my car and finish drinking my little Dutch Bros, and then I'm gonna go inside and see if I can potentially get some emails sent and some stuff edited before she calls me to come back and pick her up. And then when I get home, we will start our school day. And then today's just gonna be a quick and easy one. I actually have some pictures that I need to take. I have quite a few pictures that I need to take for my Instagram and for my Patreon. And then I got a couple of new Patreon subscribers this week, which is really good. Yay. I'm in the process of like rebranding my movement studio on Patreon. So I'm happy to have gotten some new subscribers, but I'm trying to really pour into the movement studio more than I have like in any other year. I'm really wanting that to be a more serious source of income for me. And so I really want to, I was saying a couple of months ago that I really want to rebrand and like start to plan out and devote like time to filming and editing and getting the video classes up that I need to get up there, and then hopefully start incorporating some live classes into the studio as well as more people start to come in. So there was one point where I had a lot of Patreons in the movement studio, but I really kind of fell off and I just didn't feel right about having people contributing monthly and I wasn't able to provide and produce content monthly. So at this point I am making it like one of my number one priorities to make sure that I am very consistently producing content into that studio. And then I want to get my topic and some research and stuff done and situated for my Casual Conversations Friday night live stream. This week I actually don't have a topic in mind, and I'm kind of wanting it to be a little bit more casual. Like I feel like I didn't really intend for that space to be extremely serious, like hence Casual Conversations on the topic of grief and life after loss. I want this space to just feel comfortable, but just a space where we can like talk and chat about stuff that is relatable, that people experiencing grief can relate to and understand and feel a little less alone. But in the previous conversations that we've had, I also want to bring a little bit of like valid information to the space, because it's one thing to just say, oh, you know, if you've lost a spouse, you may experience like brain fog, or you know, you might feel like you are really forgetful and you can't quite get shit right anymore. But then it's also really helpful to know that that is because of the way our body reacts to stress and what it does in the brain, and how we are actually altered in our brain space when you are experiencing grief. And so I do the research to learn these things so that I can also bring education to the grief space. But yeah, I feel like, not that it's gotten more serious than I've ever anticipated it to be, but I feel like it's not as fun as I want the space to be. So I don't know. I may try to see if I can, like, with the assistance of my AI bot, come up with some kind of like game, or like, you know, maybe do it kind of like a game night, but like something that will evoke conversations, but kind of like those games where you like pull cards and like you read them and everybody has to answer. So I don't know, that's just a thought that I'm kind of toying around with right now, but we'll see. So that is pretty much what is on my agenda for today. We are taking pictures, filming videos for the studio, and working on the PDF and the topic for casual conversations. So should be a pretty easy day. I'm also still on TikTok looking at these videos of the aftermath of the hurricane. It's crazy because it seems like some areas just like weren't as bad as they were saying that they were going to be, which is like, thank God for that, right? Because just thank goodness that it wasn't the devastation that it was somewhat made out to seem like. But me and Samaya were talking about, it's kind of like, you know, stuff gets hyped up so bad, you know, like, is it kind of sad to be like, for people to be like disappointed that things didn't go as catastrophic as they were supposed to. I know that probably sounds like a really like horrible thing to say, but just like real shit, like, you know, sometimes they say things are gonna be so bad, and then when they're not, it's like, so that was it, you know? So nonetheless, I'm glad that things did not get as crazy as they said. I haven't watched the news or anything like that, so I don't know what all, you know, damages have taken place, or, you know, if there's any people who are lost or death tolls or anything like that. So once again, if you are in Florida, if you had to evacuate, if you left, you know, if you're going back home to see what the aftermath of your properties are and all of that stuff, again, my heart and my prayers are genuinely going out to you. So all right, I'm getting hot inside of this car and I'm almost done with this coffee, so I'm gonna pop in and I will check back in with you guys in a bit.